Hello. Um, Today I'm hoping to do some Akashic record planning with you all and maybe do some processing. We'll see how this all flows. I'm taking a moment just to set up, and you're welcome to follow along, just like a co-working session, but instead we connect with our guides within the Akashic records or whatever you call your higher power in that space. This is how I like to practice it, and it's usually very healing and supportive. And we'll see. I may or may not choose to post this depending on the information that comes through. Maybe the session is more for me than it is for us as a collective. Sometimes it very much is for us all. So, with that, I invite you to get a journal, get a digital record of some sort. I like to make notes in my iPad here or my phone. I'm recording here. Maybe a beverage. Maybe a crystal, Palo Santo, whatever speaks to you. I'm feeling the call to actually wear my crown, so I'm going to take a moment and do that. Let me get you all set up without making it too wobbly. One moment. All right. So with that, got my crown, got myself set up. We are still recording, which is good. All right, and we'll see how the guides wish to take us through today. This as a collective is what I'm getting. So let's see. Let's take 3 deep breaths together and then we can open up the records. Whenever you're ready, expelling all air out of your lungs and inviting you in to close your eyes. Let's inhale deep breath in our nose, exhaling out through our mouth. Second time. Last time together. With that, let's say the Akashic Record prayer. And you're welcome to close your eyes and listen or receive this in whichever way feels good to you and in your body. As I do and say this prayer, I invite you to bring your attention, focus on the lower half of your body and feeling the energy of the earth pouring into the lower half of your body. It's feeling the connection to the earth and feeling the realms up above reaching down, pouring into the upper half of your body, feeling so grounded and connected. And from the space, we'll say the Akashic Record prayer. Of the light we see all around us, trust that you can connect deeply within, trust that you can connect deeply throughout, and trust that you can connect deeply above and below. This is the path to connect. Connect to the space above, the ground below, and all the energy and beings that you channel through at this time. This is the way, this is the space, this is the energy that you feel. Trust and connect and let it all be revealed. Set aside yourself, set aside your doubts, set aside any concern. Let yourself feel the energy of unconditional love. This is the magic, this is the beauty, this is the essence of the records. Trust that you are within them, part of them, one with them now and always and forevermore. Say this prayer and all will be revealed, past, now, and all future possibilities. Say this prayer, say these words, and trust that you are delivered to the doorstep to love, deep connection of knowing and understanding who you truly are. This is the space. Welcome. The Akashic records are now open. All right, so I'm going to take a moment now as with the records open, maybe you're receiving a message of some sort. Remember to pause me and receive. This is all but a practice of receiving. So while you enjoy that, I'm taking a moment to write down topics I want to cover for myself, and maybe you can allow yourself to do the same too. Maybe it's about home, family, your job, your business, your life goals, from the most mundane and practical to the most esoteric and spiritual, like all topics are up for receiving around. And I'd say try to keep it to about five, six topics. I feel like we tend to have energetic capacity to receive like for an hour and a half, 2 hours, after which, the quality of it might wane just because of how you feel physically. Of course, trust your body, trust your intuition. That's just been personally my experience having done this many times. So I'm going to write down. Maybe you'll think of a few subtopics like I'm feeling into doing in person readings for my business. So that's one. Okay. I trust you've been building your list as well. I have 3 areas to cover, 4 right now. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so I think the first topic I'd like to cover is I've been experiencing some friction at home, and I want to see if there's any perspective that might come up around that I need. I'm getting a very philosophical answer, but I'll let it come through. Thanks. Mm. All right, so they were saying how like life is full of friction. There's friction everywhere. So if you feel friction, it's not because you did something. It's because life is flowing, and with flow, I'm seeing actually like a river where there are pebbles and rocks and so many chills where like there's friction. The water is grinding the rock and like it's kind of filing it down and shaping it, eroding it. And it's not a bad thing. The water is picking up things from the rock as it's eroding, like minerals and particles that sustain life within the water, like fish and more. Oh, well, as I'm reflecting on that, that feels like a more like friction can be a good thing. So that is at least helpful. Is there any step I need to do? I heard love yourself, so I can do that. And trust yourself. I'm hearing when you are clear on your decisions on and your judgment, then it's from that place that you can't waver when you are clear on who you are and why you did something or did do something. Others may be frustrated or disappointed or unhappy, and you get to acknowledge that. Okay. And let's see. So I have also a project that I am undertaking that's felt slow. And so I'm going to check in if I'm intentionally keeping some of these things high level to maintain my privacy, as you can tell. But it also feels like this will be supportive for you to hear how I dialogue, go back and forth with my higher power. And this is just like me having a chat and waiting for an answer to show up either visually or auditorily as I listen. And trust me, you can do this too. We are all doing this in so many ways. Some of the ideas you are getting are intuitive, they are not logical. Pay attention. It's always, when was the last time you got this flash of an idea or a thought while you were brushing your teeth or sweeping the kitchen or and cleaning the countertop and tidying something? It's usually when you're doing some of these mundane tasks or driving, another place where you can get into the right brainwave state to receive. So trust that you can receive here too by meditating and chatting in the soft, receptive way. So around this project is just checking as my first step. Am I clear enough to take my first step there? Okay, when do I plan to finish this first step by? Um, this week feels like a no, but next week feels like a yes. So let me write next week. See how I'm also capturing like time frames, when is the energy right for me? And then in terms of being able to figure out like, is this the best week to work on recording that training? Outline it. Okay, so I have to record a training. So this week is outline. I'm recording it on Monday. Yeah, that feels right. If I need a backup day, okay. Okay. Yeah, I need to make some slides for it. So when do I make the slides this week? Tuesdays already happened. Yeah. Right. So I'm hearing Wednesday you can outline. Thursday you can make slides. Excuse me. Record Tuesday next week. Backup recording day is next week's Wednesday. And then publish by Thursday. Do I need to make any other kind of gift? Hearing a no. Do I need to apply for recording the other training? Okay. Week of June. There's a consideration where I have limited recording availability that week. That's still sufficient. I'm hearing it. Okay. 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 Not gonna argue with that till reality hits. 7, 8, 9. Okay. Just checking how we are on time. Is this the week that we can start to research the step? Okay. I have some kind of breakthrough. I've been feeling a bit stuck here. Do I need to network with anyone this week, the week after? Okay. So yeah, we covered this. So this is done. Do I go ahead and message these people? Now I'm switching to another part in business. Um, so I think overall though, I'm like, are we ready to open up my readings? Yes. And so I'm checking, is this the best time? Are we looking at this week? It feels like a no. Well, we have capacity. I'm getting a no. So it'll be the week after that. Yeah. So that makes sense. It's nice when intuition lines up with logic. And sometimes it doesn't, and it's very hard to reconcile as humans. I at least find has been very logic dependent for a good part of my life. Mm, see, and so that is actually enough time for me to attempt to get my booking system set up because I'm trying to change it again. I changed it last year, and that was a project, and it might be a project again now. We'll see. Mm, is this a good month to go after doing the biz card and account setup? I feel like doing that in the first 2 weeks will be a lot, but I think by the week of June 10th, do I need to do any kind of pre-selling? I do need to send that message. Waiting. Oh, and I'm getting that. And okay, so I'm actually going to switch while I remember to. Do I need to switch that? Okay. I made a note of a new idea that came in and I went ahead and wrote that down. How's your chat going with your guides? I'm actually getting the nudge to pause here right now that you have seen enough of this process that you can very much do this. Remember that you can use the structure of my questions to guide you through. You can pretty much co work next to me and pause me at any given point in time. But if you are ready to, you're welcome to say the prayer that I'll put in the comments below and also record at the end so you can get that. Just listen to me. Closing the records is a way to close the sacred space, close this entire process. Thank you, guides. Thank you, higher power. And remember not to just drop this and run away, but then make it a point to note down, okay, and I'm going to schedule these next steps in. I personally like to use Sansama. It's a great like to-do software, to-do list software combined with a calendar. And I can integrate it all. Really helpful for my brain with ADHD tendencies for sure. Um, but use whatever system works for you. If you need help or input, let me know. This kind of practical productivity mixed with magic is one of my favorite things. So I'm happy to share more on this front. With that, I thank the magic of the space. I thank all the energies and beings that I channeled throughout this time. I give gratitude to everything that came through. The records are now closed, the records are now closed, the records are now closed. And so it is with love and gratitude. Thank you.